Now, in this lecture, we will be dealing with the benefits that are covered under ESI Act of 1948. Right. Start with the benefits. Section 46 of the ESI Act grants benefits to the employees on Social Security in case of injury, which can be available during the course of employment. Here are six types of benefits that can be available. We have seen which are those benefits. We will revise those benefits, okay, and we will go in details or we will go in brief about those. First one is medical benefit, second is sickness benefit, third maternity benefit, fourth dependence benefit, fifth disablement benefit, and sixth is other benefits. That means it will cover some other extra benefits that are available for the persons who are enrolled in this ESI Act of 1948. Right. First we will see the medical benefit. Full medical care is provided to an insured person and his family. Do remember, a person as well as his family both are covered in this ESI Act of 1948. Right. Not only the person insured but also his family. Full medical care is provided to an insured person and his family members from the day he enters insurable employment. Do understand here, the day he enters the insurable employment, that means if at all on the first day he has enrolled into the ESI Act of 1948 but he has not paid the first premium, then also on the date from which he has enrolled he will be covered under this act. That means if at all any medical benefit is required, from that day itself he will be available to get those medical benefit. There is no ceiling on expenditure on the treatment of an insured person or his family member. That means if at all his expenditure is 5 lakh for whole family or his expenditure for whole family is 10 lakh, then also the government will pay this amount. Right. Next, medical care is also provided to retired and permanently disabled insured persons and their spouses in payment of a token annual premium of rupees 120. That means if at all you have enrolled in this act and you have got retired, then also you can be covered under this act with just a minimum payment of rupees 120 rupees per year. For 1 year you have to pay this amount, then you as well as your family will be covered under this act. Next, second is sickness benefit. What is sickness benefits? Sickness benefit is the form of a cash compensation. Do remember, it is a form of a cash compensation at the rate of 70% of wages is payable to insured workers during the periods of certified sickness for a maximum of 91 days in a year. That means in a year for 3 months, okay, not you should not remember it as 3 months, but it is exactly 91 days. You will be covered with compensation of 70% of your wage. That means if your wage is 100 rupees, then 70 rupees is paid as compensation to you even if you are not working. Even if you are not working, that is nothing but you are getting compensation for being sick. And how this is verified? This sickness certificate should be issued from the district authority or any of the medical representative who is working under government of India or government of any state. Right. Here is one condition. In order to qualify for sickness benefit, the insured worker is required to contribute 78 days in contribution period of 6 months. Right. This is the minimum requirement that he should contribute into this act. Then and only he will be able to get the benefit under this sickness benefit act. Right. Next, the third. See, in the sickness there is also two types of extended sickness benefit and enhanced sickness benefit. We will try to understand what is extended sickness benefit and enhanced sickness benefit. First one, extended sickness benefit. Expandable up to 2 years, right? It because it is extended, right? In the initial it is for only 91 days. If at all it is extended, it will be available for 2 years in the case of 34 malignant and long-term diseases at an enhanced rate of 80% of wages. In this extendable sickness benefit, you will be getting 80% of wages, whereas in normal sickness benefit you will get 70% of wages and it is for 91 days, whereas in this enhanced sickness benefits you will get for 2 years and the compensation will be about 80% of wages. Next, we will see enhanced sickness benefits. Enhanced sickness benefit equal to full wage is payable to insured persons undergoing sterilization for 7 days, 14 days for male and female respectively. That means for male 7 days compensation of full wage will be given if at all he is undergoing sterilizations, and for women it will be given for 14 days if at all she is going under sterilizations. This is nothing but enhanced sickness benefits. The third type of benefit under this act is maternity benefit act. Maternity benefit, right? Maternity benefit. Maternity benefit for confinement or pregnancy is payable for 26 weeks. This is very important. Even this was asked in UPSC Civil Service Examination 2019, right? So it will be important for us to remember this. The maternity benefit is provided for 26 weeks, which is extendable by further 1 month. Okay, by further 1 month on medical advice at the rate of full wage. It is given at full wage. The compensation is of full wage. Subjected to contribution for 70 days in the preceding 2 contribution periods, right? In the previous days, that means to available this act, you should be enrolled for at least 70 days in this act. Then only you will be available, or you will get the benefit from this act under maternity benefit, right? Next, fourth one, disablement benefit. What is disablement benefit? That means if at all anyone is working in an employment in an organization and during his employment period itself, due to work, he got disabled. Either he may be partially disabled or completely disabled, then he will be covered under this benefit. Now we will see temporary disablement benefit and permanent disablement benefit. What is temporary disablement benefit? From day 1 of entering insurable employment and irrespective of having paid any contributions in case of employment injury, temporary disablement benefit at the rate of 90% of wage is payable so long as disability continues, right? If imagine I am running a factory and someone is working in that organization and he is enrolled in ESI Act of 1948, and due to the work he got temporary disablement. That means he has fractured his hand and he is unable to work for 9 days, right? He is unable to work for 9 days. Then this 9 days work is compensated by this disablement benefit act with full wage minus 10%. That is totally 90% of wage is compensated for him. This is nothing but temporary disablement benefit. Next we will see permanent disablement benefit. The benefit is paid at the rate of 90% of wage in the form of monthly payment depending upon the extent of loss of earning capacity as certified by medical board. This is simple sentence you can understood. Do note that we will be providing the handouts in PDF format in the Telegram channel. You can join the Telegram channel and the link will be provided in the description. If at all you have any query, you can comment it. We will try to answer. The fifth type of benefit under this act is dependence benefit. Dependent benefit paid at the rate of 90% of wage, paid at the rate of 90% of wage in the form of monthly payment to the dependents of a deceased insured person in case where death occurs due to employment injury or occupational hazards. That means if at all a person is enrolled in this act and he has died in the organization itself or during working, or he has got permanent disablement, then under this dependence benefit, because the family is dependent on that breadwinner, right? Therefore this act will provide a 90% of wage of the person, 90% of the wage of that person to the family so that they can sustain their life, right? Do remember this is current affairs. Earlier in February 2019, the income limit for availing the medical benefit for dependent parents of an insured person covered under ESI scheme has been enhanced from the existing rupees 5,000 per month from all sources to 9,000 per month. Just remember 5,000 to 9,000. Now we will see what are the other benefits, what are the extra benefits that they will get. First is funeral expenses. That means if at all a person dies, then you have to do Antim Kriya, right? In Hindi it is called Antim Kriya or funeral. For that there is some expenses. Then this expenses will also be covered under this ESI Act and it will be compensated back to the family members. An amount of 15,000 is payable to the dependents or to the person who perform last rites from day 1 of entering the insurable employment. Okay, this is a easy concept. Then confinement expenses. What is it? As insured woman or an IP in respect of his wife in case of confinement occurs at a place where necessary medical facilities under ESI scheme are not available. See, in addition to this also there are many of the other benefits that are available. First is occasional rehabilitation, physical rehabilitation, old age medical care. Okay, these you just need to remember the topics of this because these may be asked in the examinations. You can read out from the PDF that will be provided. In the upcoming lecturer, we will be dealing with some of the yojanas or some of the schemes that have been enrolled by the government of India and some of the other states which are useful for examinations. If at all you are new for the channel, you can subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for notifications. If you have not watched the previous videos, do watch those videos. The playlist has been created on the YouTube. Thank you.